That shit superseded because of Maryland law.
Okay.
Wyoming is an anonymous LLC. What you do is you get a agent out there, a registered agent. Then you'll have a full office and everything out there, LLC and everything. Nothing can match. No phone number. They'll give you a Wyoming telephone number, everything.
Okay.
And then you have to start a completely fresh company.
That's fine.
Nothing can match. But what you do is you have your calls forwarded to your number.
Okay.
And then if you call a broker and then you register under the old company, then you tell them you operating as a dispatcher or whatever. You have to tell them which is true, so you're not lying because you're dispatching for that company.
I need that information.
I got it in my phone. It's a company I use called Buffalo Services. I was paying notoriously high insurance rates because I was a renegade. I never stopped. I ran through scales and
You said Buffalo what?
What scale?
I got it in my phone when we stopped for breaks. All of them. I got pulled over in Florida one time. He said, "Well, you ain't been through none of the scales. You know all the scales is linked,
Yeah.
so they can tell every time that you go through them." I rarely ever
I
stop.
found that out messing with Kentucky. They was like, you weigh 485 pounds. They impounded me. They paid me $1,000.
Yeah, that gets you.
I ain't paid Kentucky highway use tax.
I just lost my license. They tried to take it for a year.
Yeah, I just found out. Excuse me. I just found out that you had to running through Connecticut and running through
The Hut.
New York.
They just started Connecticut.
Yeah, he just saying.
Yeah, so if you don't have that sticker on top, they gonna, you know what I'm saying, pull you over because of that.
Yeah, and they wasn't cracking down on it. Now they cracking down. They cracking down on DEF too. I know somebody just got shut down in Jersey.
Oh, because they had to delete.
And that shit will cost you money. That's a big fine.
Hey bro, I got a question for you.
That's what we here for.
For somebody who don't know nothing about trucking, if you had a vehicle, would it be hard? Do you find it hard to get contracts?
No. Here's what happened. You start a trucking company today, right? You're a brand new, fresh MC. You ain't got no inspections, no nothing. Some brokers are going to say your MC is too new. There's a waiting period, 30 days, 60 days, 90, and 6 months. After 6 months, you can work with just about 97% of the people. On rare occasion, somebody wants you to have your authority open for 2 years, or some like some military stuff I did, or I went to a copper mine before, or they want you to get some per load insurance to get higher insurance for that load. The big boys gonna work with you off the bat. And they got most of the freight anyway. TQL and all these guys, you can make a living just off of TQL. I wouldn't suggest it, but you can. Long as your insurance is current, you're going to start working the first day. Now, what I learned the hard way was there's a 21 business day, not day, but business day, Monday through Friday, which that technically equal a month, that you can't do anything with your authority once you file it. So when I first filed mine, I had the trucking, and I couldn't book no loads outside of the state. And Maryland is a funny shaped state. It's shaped like a Tommy gun kinda. You can go 50 miles and be in Pennsylvania, West Virginia, Delaware, or Virginia. So if we was in a state like Pennsylvania where you can drive 6 hours and still be in the state, it wouldn't affect us as much. So I would suggest filing the authority first and letting it mature that 21 days before you activate your insurance, because you're gonna be limited to Maryland and you're gonna be doing $400 or $500 loads for that first month. And that set me back because I didn't know. So don't do that, but you ain't gonna have no problem getting work. I would suggest getting a flatbed. Don't get a dry van and be cautious with reefers.
You
I do flatbeds. Yeah, supply and demand. The more something you have, the less it's worth. Everybody want a dry van because they want to park the truck in the dock and get unloaded. Most people don't want to get dirty. Most people don't want to learn this. I've been doing diesel mechanics lately. Come home saturated in grease. People don't want to do that, and they costing them thousands of dollars getting ripped off by mechanics. Flatbed, I learned this in a class I did in Arizona years ago, probably about a decade ago. It was a master freight broker course, and they told me that. I ain't know nothing about it. They told me to get a flatbed, and it turned out to be true. Less people want to drive flatbed. Either they scared or they don't want to get dirty.
Paranoid. I'll be looking in the mirror like that.
No, well, that's a good thing. It's a respect thing as well. So long as you respect.
I did it one time. I was hauling mulch, and I did that for like 2 weeks, and I said, I'm too paranoid.
Yeah, but once you learn the stuff and you take your proper techniques and respect The load, I've had loads shift on me. And that's from not respecting it, just getting in the driver. You strap your load down. Per the book, you're supposed to stop your first 50 miles or your first hour, and every 150 miles or every 3 hours after that. So as long as you stopping and checking your loads, I don't stop every 3 hours.
I don't got time. I don't want to.
It take 1 minute just to walk around. And actually, if you tighten your load down tight enough, a lot of times I really only check it when I'm fueling or I'm in my mirrors all the time. You can't just be in the music and on the phone. You gotta look in your mirrors because you can see when it's shifting, or you'll see the flat.
Yeah, nothing ever fell off. I heard you say it shifted.
Yeah, I had stuff fall off.
See, I ain't trying.
Yeah, but that was from me being negligent.
Right.
That was from me being negligent.
Oh, right, negligent. All right.
That was from me getting on the road, trying to get this bitch off before the morning, and it's spent X amount of dollars, and all I care about is how much I'm gonna get deposited when that factoring money hit.
Right.
Instead of taking the time, properly strapping it down, stopping at my intervals, checking it, you know. So, and sometimes people don't want to invest in the equipment also. As you do metal plates, the metal it'll rub up against the straps, and it'll slice them bitches. And a lot of people know they chafed and it'll keep them. Yeah, I remember when I first started, straps was only $10. Now they like $40 something some places. But really, you get them for like $20, $30.
Hey, so my daughter's birthday today, so I got to dip out too. I do want to share my little story.
That's why I'm here. You want to come up?
Yeah.
Andy, this ain't the
I got one more question before you come up.
Go ahead.
The MC number.
Yeah.
Do you have to like? Is that a yearly payment, or you can get it and just have it forever?
You gotta pay your it's like $80 a year.
$80 a year.
Now your MC number really is like $300.
All right, so I just want to know if you have to keep on renewing it.
No.
All right.
If you let it die, then you gotta pay the $300 to file it. Your filing fee.
Oh, I see.
All right, so my name Kevin, right? So I bought a truck. How I bought my first truck was I saved up, of course, my money, whatever. Like you said earlier. My first truck was.
How much you put down on it?
I put down maybe like $3 grand. The truck was for $12,500.
What kind of truck?
It's a 2006 Freightliner Columbia day cab. When I first initially even found out about the truck was for sale, whatever, I went back there and looked at it, whatever. Noticed that it was an automatic. So I get up in the truck, whatever, and test drive it. I feel that the transmission was slipping. So I stepped. Nah. At this point, I don't own it.
Right.
I ain't even put nothing down on it yet. I just, checked it out. So that didn't just discourage me, because I got a whole bunch of other people in the trucking, and they've been telling me about, how to go about buying these trucks. So that part didn't discourage me, because the number was still good. So I looked over the truck for what I knew at that time, and I came up with, okay, this may be a good buy for me, right? Even with the jacked up transmission, because I had a plan. I was already making over 100 grand a year anyway without this truck. Driving.
That's what I'm saying. So, driving is still king, y'all. A lot of these jobs out here ain't gonna pay you like trucking.
So basically, so told the dude, say, look, man, I'm gonna buy the truck. I gave him my paychecks for like a whole 2 months.
Sacrifice.
I ain't even take no money home. I just went to work every single day and gave him my whole checks. If my checks was for $4,000, I let him keep it. If it was for $3,500, keep it. $2,700, keep it. I did that shit for 2 months straight. And whatever the months was, paid the truck off. When I got the truck in my possession, I started getting things done on it. Changed out all the belts, everything rubber, anything rubber under the hood got changed. Anything that fucking radiator fluid went through got changed. Alternator, like I said, the belts, the pulleys, the AC and all everything. I wanted everything on my belts brand new. Everything from the front to the back, yo. I really changed everything, and I took my time with it, right?
How long it took?
Yo, I did all this shit in 6 months. I put like 30 grand in that truck. You feel me? And I did that because I wanted to make this truck last and make me some money.
Right.
But I know from listening to all my trucking world people, even him, I followed this guy for some years. So I learned some shit. So like I said, I put like 30 grand in that truck, yo. Swapped out the transmission. I put a 10-speed stick shift in there. Because I only want to first? Right, because I ain't want to deal with the automatic. Because automatics, I don't like them.
Yeah. I never did that before. How much they charge you to swap it?
I spent $9 grand on it.
Yeah.
I spent $9,000 on get the transmission swap and got the truck the way I want it now, yo. So you know, got me a driver in it.
How long you had the truck?
I had the truck maybe not even a year. I just did it for real.
Now, let me. I don't want to cut you off. You hear the numbers he was just saying he was giving. Those was his paychecks.
Yeah.
$4 grand to 2,700.
Yeah, that's sacrifice and discipline right there.
Right, but what I'm saying is, that's him as a driver. That's more than the box truck making.
For sure.
Right.
I'm not trying to say the box truck is wrong. What I'm saying is, trucking is the king.
Yeah, right.
Trucking this is the top as far as transportation. All them hot shots and all that stuff.
Yeah,
what type of equipment you have?
Containers. Yeah.
Oh.
I'm down the port.
How you get but all that is still like on a low board though, right?
No, so
he home every day. All on the weekend.
I'm talking like you get the like you pick the containers on the low board, just go down there and
I get my work through a company. I get my work through a company. I sign my truck on to a company. Like I don't have my own authority. All I do is pay ball tail insurance. I pay ball tail insurance. I let the company take care of all of the paperwork because I'm not ready for that right now. Right. You know what I'm saying? So, and I can still make $4,500 with that other truck. You know what I'm saying? But I got to pay my driver, but it's still passive income.
That's
you know
$4,500 a week.
Right.
Yeah, man.
And that fall in line with what he was saying with the fuel. That's a week.
Yeah. But see, so this is what I want. I do want to get across to whoever it may concern. If you want to get into the game, you gotta be prepared for these numbers. You know what I'm saying? You ain't gonna make no money if you don't put, get maintenance done. Period. You ain't gonna get around it. If you buy a truck and you just want to jump into that motherfucker and put it in drive and go, you ain't gonna make no money.
Yeah, right.
You're gonna break down. It's gonna cost you way more to even try to, you know what I'm saying? So the smartest thing to do, buy your truck, put the work in on it. Get things fixed, get things done. If the truck been sitting, it's guaranteed it's going to break down on you. So if you put the money up first, invest it. You know what I'm saying?
And also,
it'll work for you.
I tell you what I was told in the beginning. Watch mechanics when they fixing on your truck.
Yeah.
Oh, you said what?
Watch them. Don't just drop your truck off and leave. Stay there with them because a lot of stuff, trucks ain't like cars. Trucks is big. They not compact.
Yeah.
So a lot of stuff ain't but like 3-4 bolts.
Right.
You can take an alternator off with like 5-6 bolts. And you need to learn how to do some of this stuff yourself. Because sometimes you're on the side of the road, a road car is a 2-hour minimum. That's $250 just to come. Then they charge you X amount of $100 an hour. So, and that's if they even fix it on the road. Then you still got to pay them and they ain't fix the problem. So learn how to do some of this stuff yourself, which is what we're going to talk about in a minute. I wish you could stay.
And also,
you got first thing first.
And also remember, and I learned this too. Getting the bottom of your motor rebuilt.
The bottom of it?
They call it the bottom end.
Yeah,
If you
I'm
don't
saying,
do
like-
that, it'll throw it raw. And
You know
put
what I'm
a
saying?
hole in
Like
the engine.
that should have saved you a lot of headache.
Nah, bro.
You know what I mean? It definitely save you a lot of headache. And it's not that expensive to get done. I think it's what? It's about what, $2,000?
About 2,000. So
1,800 or something like that.
if y'all was here when Lee was talking, when the mechanic came in, he talked about getting the bottom end done. So your engine don't have to be changed when they go. You can do an in-frame and just change the internal parts. But if you stay on top of your bottom end, or if you don't, it'll throw a rod. And once it throw a hole in the block, then you gotta swap the whole engine as opposed to rebuilding it.
Right.
Like you said,
You might as well sit up front. Y'all can take over. I mean, I'm telling y'all, this ain't about me.
well, like on the let me give you some numbers on the repair aspect. I done been through like 15, 20 trucks. You follow me? So, like you said, throw rod, had a 60 series Detroit. Driver got stuck in a hole. He revving the engine back and forth and not telling me. You follow me? I'm sending a record on the way. Instead of just calling me when he first got stuck. He revving the engine. I finally sent a record. He pulled the truck out the hole. They got a mile of street. Blew the whole side of my motor out. You follow me?
I will.
What he was saying about
Send me a text.
maintenance.
I will, got you. Y'all
Right
have a
now,
good
I got
one.
a I'm getting the M-frame done right now. Minimum $20,000, right? And I'm not exaggerating. The M-frame kit was $4,000. You gotta get your heads, counter board. You know, it's another $1,700. Then, if you need a head, that's another $4,500, right? And then another $6,000, $7,000 for the maintenance. I'm in the middle of an M-frame right now with a cat motor. I bought another truck to replace that one. I got 6 trucks right now. You follow me? 3 of them broken, 3 of them running. But I'm systematically fixing them so I can hand them off because, like I said, my house is gonna pay my bills. But I need at least 2 trucks for me. You follow me? If y'all wanna be in trucking, first of all, don't get in trucking just to go get some money. Have a plan, right? Have a CDL, first of all. Don't just buy a truck and say, I'm gonna put him in there and let him drive. That's no.
That's the basis where I tell y'all, don't, if you own a truck, you gotta have a CDL.
You gotta have
I
a
don't give a
CDL.
damn what.
Because if he called me, I got a hot load that got to get delivered, and if I don't hit this appointment, they're gonna find me where it's open. And they're gonna keep finding me, till I'm gonna end up having to pay them for delivering their load. It happens. You follow me? He called me, tell me he just broke his leg. Guess who got to jump in that truck and go do it? You follow me? Back to the repair aspect. Maintenance, greasing, lubing, identifying, all the simple stuff they taught y'all in school. You follow me? Follow it.
Let me
It'll
say
save your life.
something real quick.
Hey, I got one more question.
What?
I got a question for you.
Mm-hmm.
I heard you say you get fined until you end up paying them to deliver the load.
Yeah.
What the hell?
Being late.
Being late.
You got an appointment. Because the
That
warehouse.
sound good. That happened to you?
Damn near, you know what I mean? Because
Yeah, that sound-
it cost me to deliver the load because when they find me and kept finding me because the
Yeah.
truck broke down. You follow me? I got half of what I was supposed to get, but I still had to pay the driver what the rate confirmation said, and I still got to pay for that fuel.
Yeah, right.
So I lost money.
Yeah.
I paid them to deliver their load.
Any of y'all period drivers in here don't own a truck? Raise your hand. Y'all do pre-trips?
Hell no.
No, y'all don't.
I ain't been a picture since CDL school.
You pop your hood?
Yeah, the type of fuel
I'll make sure the lights
fuel
work.
I got to.
Oh, yeah, 'cause
If
you
don't,
you-
it could cost you your life.
Yeah.
So that pre-trip is, I don't care, even if you don't do fuel, you should do it any type of way. 'Cause I was in a situation, tell a story. I was riding down 395 going towards the stadium, and I felt something was going bad. And when I got to driving, I smelled it. And when you got fuel, you smell anything that's right, you stop. So when I pulled over and I checked my brakes, the brakes had locked up.
Right.
It was so bad, it was glowing red. And I stopped the truck, I turned it off, and I called them. I said, y'all gotta come out here and do something because these brakes locked up. But it wasn't like that before the pre-trip. But sometimes you gotta stop and check. But it's still good to check because you never know what can happen. Even if you don't do fuel, it's imperative.
And you're right. I had probably 3 5s, trailer 5s. Your brake chambers locked up. But y'all need to do stuff above the pre-trip because running low on coolant, that truck will overheat, you gonna blow the engine.
Bro, that.
You run out of oil,
You broke that.
motherfucker lock up on you.
My
So
buddy brought one of my trucks down on 70, right there on the West Virginia Bridge.
yeah,
He coming down the hill, riding brakes, brand new truck, right? And instead of him, you know what I mean? That's my boy, you understand what I'm saying? A couple years he was working with Trans Am, he didn't want to run the road anymore, so he came over there and started rocking with me. Brought my truck up. If y'all familiar with that mixing bowl, 70 West Virginia, Wheeling, all through there. So he coming down that hill. And by the time he got to the bridge, the brakes on fire. He didn't even know the brakes was on fire. Somebody told him the brakes was on fire.
he on a fucking headset.
You understand what I'm saying? Probably, yeah, probably music jumping, didn't he have his bra with him, so you understand what I'm saying? When I tell you he brought my truck down, he brought it down to the ground, was nothing left but the frame. You follow me?
West Virginia bad too. The
Yeah,
hills.
so,
So how did the fire start? Like from
he rode the brakes on the hill. I know. Listen, I'm a driver. I've been doing this a long time. I done lost my brakes on the hill where I had to take the runaway truck ramp. They work.
You just started driving?
Nah,
How long you been driving?
probably in 2010. See, I know about that.
So
but,
stab breaking.
But I had a trainer. But the only way I learned is he asked me, he said, "You want to die?" So I'm like, "All right."
That's how you do
He
it.
said, "Put that in first." I'm like, "All right."
Hey,
But I know
time
about
to
the
learn.
brakes. I thought it was something else.
Well, a lot of people don't stab brake when they're going down mountains, and when you apply your brakes, it get hot, and then what'll happen is burn them jumps up, and then you just free fall.
Yep.
And you can die
And that's
like
why
that.
that's when I learned the roll off ramps.
Mm-hmm.
At first I didn't know what the hell they was.
And don't
And
go
the
over
dude was
west.
like,
Don't go over west with bad habits, cause these hills over here.
Mm-hmm.
You get out in Utah, Wyoming, and Washington, and Oregon, some parts of California, Colorado.
yeah.
You 12,000 feet high. It makes those mountains over there make our mountains look like that wire.
Yeah. And it looks
It's-
that, and the
that's the
road looks that
difference.
small from up top when you're looking down on it.
Pennsylvania never stayed like that.
Nah,
Nah,
that's
look, go online. I showed y'all elevation map where you can see the whole country. These hills, brother. This ain't nothing.
Yeah, just
You go out there with the big boys and get out the northwest or southern Colorado, and don't let it be snowing or have be at night and it's a mist and you can't see nothing.
nothing.
Or you get out there like Nevada, like Reno, and what's that old
Ever
cartoon? What's that, Road Runner?
Yeah.
When it ain't nothing on the side of the mountain.
Oh yeah.
One false move, you dead.
The longest road in the United States, US 95, coming through, what's that, Nevada? It's probably 300 miles of nothing. Up, down, round. You might run into a hick town here and a hick town there, but there's nothing out there.
No
phone service,
No phone.
nothing.
Dang.
You follow me? And you are on some serious hills, so like, it's nothing out there. So me personally, you know what I mean? I'm a driver, so I know what I'm doing. I just let the truck run. Whatever it do, it do. I'm not touching the brakes unless I need them. So I'm throwing the Jake on.
The Jake was saving me. Saved me. You know, and I'm in the mountains all day in PA.
So,
And for the pre-trip
Go ahead.
situation, I want to say this before I sit down.
nah, go ahead.
Right.
Because
Isn't part of
you
that?
been around long
You
with me.
said you don't do pre-trips, right?
No.
There's a couple of y'all said y'all don't do pre-trips.
I didn't do them either, but be pencil whipping.
That-
But I
that's
understand
fine.
why you need them now.
I'm great to ask you a
I
question.
just make sure the air good.
I'm great to ask you a question. Yeah, air's a must. Air's a must. Air's not an option in none of my vehicles. I'm not riding in my, so I don't want you to do it. You follow me? If I came and got your car, right? You might have a nice high-end car. You follow me? And I jump in it, and your antifreeze light come on, or your oil light come on. Would you want me to keep driving your car with that oil light or that engine light on?
To tell you the truth.
Anybody,
You can't ask me that 'cause I wasn't there.
anything that
You
you
talking about
own,
a car.
anything that you own, that you loan to somebody,
See, a car, I wouldn't care, but a truck is different.
your truck, your Dodge, your Ram, your
No,
tractor,
no,
whatever it is, would you have a problem with me driving your vehicle defective without investigating what the problem is?
No.
No,
You wouldn't have a problem with
I wouldn't. Because if you feel like you wanted to drive it, then
No, I need to drive it. You
Alright.
You understand what I'm saying?
Okay, so let's go straight to the point.
I want you to respect.
If you carry it like that with a truck and you go out and buy a truck right now and you carry it like that.
no, see, if it was mine, I don't pre-trip it.
What's the difference? What's the difference? Your life is the same thing. It's the same
As
matter.
long as the brakes work, the air, the PSI's reaching that where they got to go, where the lights on, I'm out of there.
Okay, so let me check this out. You pop that hood. You got a diesel leak. Your fuel line got a leak in it,
But
and you don't see it, and that engine get hot, and that diesel ignite. What's gonna happen?
So that might blow up.
Exactly.
But-
Pop the hood and look.
But it's good for y'all.
Insurance on it.
it's good for y'all to hear this because it's coming from a driver mindset, not talking about you in particular, but this is how drivers think. It's not theirs. So when y'all go out and buying trucks, remember I was telling y'all drivers gonna get it in the drive. That shit gonna cost y'all a lot of money. And every time you dishing out 2,000, 4,000, they blow an engine, you gotta come up with 20, and you ain't made but maybe 30 grand off him in a year, but he done cost you 50. But you don't notice it because it's bit by bit, and you making all this money accumulated with yours. A lot of people that y'all think making a whole bunch of money out here, I'm gonna just put it out there like that. You don't see the real numbers until you just you. That's when you making the good money. When you running, because your expenses are less. When you take care of your stuff, nobody gonna work as hard for you as you, and nobody gonna take as much care for your stuff as you. So you spending less in maintenance, and you making more because you're getting up and working every day. And also, you can't think that you're gonna pay drivers more, and that's to solve the problem. There's a such thing as paying people too much. I did that, and then you give people money who not used to having it. They find stuff to do. And then it's Monday, they've been in a hotel getting high all weekend. Phone off, they geeked out their mind.
Mr. Lou.
And you can't find them until they sold up and need some money, or then they start thinking they slick, want to start taking trips and doing this, went out, was popping bottles, was doing whatever, dumb shit the night before. Now it's Monday, you coming in late. But you beg for the job when your stomach was touching. Now you got some food. Then the job is secondary.
Facts.
And don't get tricked by that either. People come here, I just want to run. I'm a runner. I'm telling you, that's all I do. That's some bullshit. That with translation, I don't have no money. I need money. Give me some money. They want to hurry up and get a job so they can get paid. This is stuff y'all gonna only learn through experience. I'm telling you.
So what I start
Don't
doing?
fall for the driver trick.
What I start doing?
And it's not passive. They lying to y'all. Trucking is a 24-hour business. When that phone call at night and he got a flat tire, you have to be up. Nobody care you at graduation.
Sleep.
All that shit is secondary. And when you start driving, you're married to the truck. You're allowed to drive 11 hours a day. It's 14 hours of service you can do, but you can only drive 11. Even if you just take that, that's basically 12 hours. It's 24 hours in the day. That's half of your life. Everything else, it get the leftovers of you. So I understand. Understand that when you get into this ain't no 9-to-5 job. This is your life.
Yes. What I started doing was
maintenance.
My drive. I'm on the maintenance part. So if you take my truck and you knew for a fact that it had an antifreeze leak and didn't tell me, and then you on the side of the road, guess who paying for that?
Oh no, I wouldn't be riding.
I'm telling
you, truck would have been still sitting right there.
That's fine.
And I would have been in the house like, yo, you shouldn't leave it. You gotta get it fixed.
No, see, you supposed to call me. Hey, what you call this, that, and third? I got a mobile mechanic. Anytime, don't he on it.
A driver supposed to know how to. A driver supposed to.
No, listen, but I'm just saying, if you go around the curb, go to deliver a load, and you done rubbed up against the wall and turn the light up, man, tell me, guess who's paying for that? I'm not paying for it. That's driver error. You follow me? If you know for a fact that the airline had an air leak and you got me put out of service, well, the good thing is, stuff like that, like air leaks and mechanical stuff, guess who get the charges now? The company don't get them. The driver do. So if you want that on your deck, you won't see it when you look at your driver report, but when you go try to work for a company, all that's going to show up. So you want to do a pre-trip.
That's what I was saying about the 3 reports.
You understand what I'm saying? You don't see it. I can see it because I can go into